Shalom, Laha Alahayim. I might as well say Shabbat Shalom as well. Peace to the gods. Shabbat Shalom means Sabbath peace. Where I'm at, still got another 2 hours, but if you're on the East Coast, you're probably already in it, because the Shabbat is predicated upon the new moon. Okay? First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Hakodash. All right. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone, GMS who do well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. This is your brother Tasapanya, back at it again with a quick hit spiritual commentary through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this is quick, straight to the point, and edifying unto the Lord's elect. Okay, so as you can see, this is the prepared homestead. All right, and this Edomite is asking in his video, are they forcing a civil war on us? Now, who would be they? All right, you know, he's going to give you proverbs and bywords, but we know the nationality, okay, of that they. They're of the same stock that he is, but specifically of the tribe of Amalek, all right, which would be your small hatters, your 48ers, all right, the hook nose, gentrifying, bagel eating, all right, sewer rats, man, all right. You know, the top of them, the international banking families, are the ones that is forcing a civil war. Because when you go into the history specifically of, you know, those red shields people, okay, they are famous and finally known for, all right, funding both sides of the war, both enemies, okay, in all wars. So if a war is going on here, they're funding, all right, through their debt system, okay, your left and your right, okay. And the reason why we know that they're doing that is because the scriptures say the wicked shall be revealed, okay, and their tongue shall fall upon themselves, it says in Psalms, because a lot of Edomites is actually brought out years ago on YouTube, dealing with that, on how they fund, the famous family funds both sides of wars. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get this started and filter it through the scriptures.
Talk about civil war or some type of, and civil war doesn't always, I mean, that's kind of become a very general term, but I don't even know if that's exactly what we're looking at, but certainly that's a big possibility. When you start to look at the how everything is starting to play out, I believe that is one of the potential goals of the far left, the elites, the globalists, the Marxists, the Satanists, whatever you want to call them. When you look at the fact that they've very openly allowed millions and millions of people into this country illegally, many of them are criminals. Many of them are coming here with the intent to do harm. You know, it was a few years ago that one of the ministers in the Middle East, I'm trying to remember, I think it was the United Arab Emirates or one of those countries over there, was talking about Europe and the United States, of how they're allowing all of these migrants to come into our countries, and we're allowing the worst. We're allowing the criminals and the extremists and the terrorists. And the same thing has happened with countries south of the border. Look at countries like Venezuela. Now, over the last year or so, their crime rates have really started dropping. And while there's not necessarily some official information on this, there does indicate there's indicators to show that a lot of these people that are coming into the United States are potentially the gang members and the criminals from those southern south of the border nations, and that's why their crime rates are dropping and our crime rates are increasing. It's not because we're necessarily letting in all of the good, hardworking family type people. We're letting in a lot of criminals, a lot of gang members. And that right there plays into it. You look at this whole election cycle. Either Trump wins and the left goes crazy and they start a civil war, or Biden wins and they use that authority, and the right kind of goes a little crazy, and there's this conflict, and there's potential civil war there.
So notice, basically what he's saying is inevitable. Okay. And we do believe that Trump, who is the reincarnation of Nero, if you can receive it, based on one, how he looks, how he moves, and what he represents. Okay. And Nero of the ancient time was the one to persecute the Israelites. Okay. So it's all Hegelian dialectic, because remember, presidents are selected, not elected. They put Trump in there and they allowed him to talk his talk, right? To basically be the bad guy so that people could try to move left. And then they made sleepy, creepy Jim Crow Snow Joe so bad, right, that they wanted the bad guy back in office, because you have a saying in America, which I've heard from relatives, oh, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. So it shows you voting is a sin. You see what I'm saying? One, in the Old Testament, it says that if you're an Israelite, you're not supposed to be putting a king of a stranger, of a natural Gentile over you. That's one. Two, when you go into worshiping the image of the beast, which eventually that ultimate worshiping the image of the beast being, the Roman Empire, the image being the military and political system of this new world order, as we now know in this new Roman Empire as NATO and the EU, and then you worshiping it is you cooperating, you in joining hand in hand, believing in this system. You see what I'm saying? And you believing in this system means that you think that your vote matters. You see? And the vote don't matter. So you voting is you worshiping the image of the beast. You believe in the democratic process of the Republic of the United States of America and the Constitution. You bugged out. You see what I'm saying? And if you in that type of mindset, you gonna take the chip. You see what I'm saying? Because you believe anything the government tell you. The government tell you that, so the point I'm making is, either way, civil war is coming, all right? And it's being forced upon us through, and when he says us living in Babylon the Great, through the international banking families, the wicked, the Edomites, the Amalekites, but ultimately Yahweh Shai, okay? Because when you go into the book of Isaiah, I'm going to get Isaiah chapter 19 real quick. It says, the burden of Egypt, okay? You go to verse 2, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. He said, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. This is not talking about ancient Egypt. This is talking about spiritual Egypt. Look on the back of your dollar bill. There's a pyramid for a reason. We're in slavery, okay? Contractual slavery unto the international banking families. Hey, how about you now, Shabarakatham, and everybody tuning in, man? So we're going to get more into it, but that was the point. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's already prophesied, and the Lord is doing it through his left-hand side, through the international banking families, to force the civil war, because house divided against itself shall not stand. Period, point blank. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord is putting this spirit upon this place, man.
You look at all the protests that are happening right now. I read, I think it was Reuters yesterday or the day before, that said that that there's no sign in these protests, these riots, of slowing down. That they're increasing, they're building steam, and that they are following a very similar pattern of the BLM riots from 2020. The same kind of statement on this H5N1 bird flu. One of the health.
I keep hearing about this bird. Son. And I told niggas they about to lock this bitch down. Like, it's about to get so crazy. I think they hit us with last year was going to be the poly crisis, when it was really going to be this year, or it might even be the beginning of next. Either way, man, So much shit is going to pop. This is why this is the year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. A time like never seen before. Now they talking about the WHO is warning the world about this H5N1, okay, and how it's more contagious and is giving your, Crown Vicky like symptoms. You see what I'm saying to people? Yeah, like man, the things we about to see, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Experts out there that was popular. I don't remember the person's name that was kind of well known during the coronavirus pandemic, has said that this H5N1 is following the same patterns.
Here we go.
As the COVID, and that it could make the jump into humans any day now, and so that's a possibility. You look at the economy, how the economy is weakening constantly, how prices of everything is going up, inflation is on the rise,
which is also prophesied. Okay, Revelation 6:6. All right, a measure of wheat for a penny and a measure of barley for a penny. You go into that word penny is denarian, which is an ancient Roman soldier's day's wage. Okay, so whatever you make in one day is going to give you a small measure piece of food, man, or of drink. You know what I mean?
Oil prices, gas prices, all this stuff that's happening. We're spending like just absolute craziness, and just the general tensions in the United States between different classes of people, different groups of people, pro-life versus, pro-abortion, and guns versus anti-guns, and transgender whatever versus Christianity and family and God and the Bible and all this kind of stuff. There's so much heated conflict right now, probably more so than there's ever been before. And so, will 2025?
Well, didn't the Lord say? Didn't Yahweh Shai say that? Think that I've come to send peace upon earth? Nay, but rather division. So yeah, the tensions is high because he's coming back. But yet the people scoff at us on the street corners, week in and week out, when we tell them a dark-skinned man with woolly hair, who is our Lord and Savior, who died for the sins of his people only, is coming back in full glory. And they look at us like we crazy, man. And we talking about now, meaning in this generation.
Potentially bring us a civil war. Or could it happen after the election, between the election and the inauguration? Could we actually see the possibility of Trump winning the election, and then before he takes office, the Biden administration trying to do all kinds of craziness in the court systems and everything else to prevent him from potentially taking the White House in January? These are all real possibilities. I mean, there was just this movie that came out in the last, I guess, week or two. I haven't seen it yet. I might watch it. I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people.
And you know what's crazy? How we all know this. The world is a stage, like Elder Apostle Orion Lob says. I forgot what devil said it, but he was like, if the people want a hero, we'll give them one. Okay, so if these Edomites, these conservative Edomites, is worshiping eagle-faced Nero Trump, it's because these elites set him up. You see what I'm saying?
Saying it's worthless and not to watch, and other people are saying there's some things to learn from it, but it's called civil war. It's been a lot of talk about it over the last few months, that it's potentially a disclosure kind of movie of kind of setting the stage and conditioning the American.
Well, that's what predictive programming is, Edomite. All right, that is what revelation of method is, Edomite. Okay, they want to be like the Most High, as the scriptures say. What does the Most High do? Amos 3:7. For the Lord God will do nothing except he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So then when in Isaiah chapter 14, it talks about they'll try to sit in the seat of the Most High. They'll try to be like the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And also a good precept for that is in 2 Thessalonians, was that chapter 2, right? The reason for that is because they try to imitate and copy, hence artificial intelligence. Oh, hey, the water's a quant. The water's a quant. Whenever people need a hero, we shall supply him. Albert Pike, 33rd degree Master Mason, man, which is the same guy who said that World War III, they're going to construct all world wars, and World War III is going to be where Zionism fights Mohammedanism, and they're going to take each other out because they have no need for religion anymore. They want the people to worship them, hence the chip. So they're going to make it so bad on earth, all right, that they want you to ask them to save them, all right, from the shit that they orchestrated, and then they're going to push the MOTB, all right, and people are going to gladly take it and line up to take it, and that's going to be them being saved. Thank you, devil. Red man, Edomite, troglodyte, caveman, for giving us this blessed grain of rice to put into our hand or our head so that we can buy or sell and survive. that's the type of time these people is gonna be on, man. You know what I mean?
People for a civil war here in the United States. This kind of stuff is definitely, I think, a possibility. When you look at the overall plans of the World Economic Forum, of the United Nations, and then you compare that biblically to what is prophesied.
Now watch this. I'm not going to play it, but I've done it before. All right? Notice he said the UN agendas and the WEF agendas. So when people that so-called truthers, 2030, we got until 2030. Look it up. Put it in YouTube. The WEF and the UN have come together to accelerate the 2030 agenda. So this ain't no 2030, Lord willing, but through the spirit, we not here to no fucking 2030, man. Look around you. You can't discern the signs of the times, man. You're not measuring the time thou diligently in itself while you in it. You see what I'm saying? So, civil war, well, maybe later. No, bro. These prophecies is popping. And the watchman is being set up to look for these things daily. You see what I'm saying? A scripture I love in Proverbs, man. Good news from afar is like cold waters to a thirsty soul, man. When I get up, I say my prayers and I look at the news, man. Whether it be social media, whether it be YouTube, whatever. You feel me? Because I can't wait to see some wake up. Oh, this bank failed. Why? How about Shimmy Shy? This tornado ripped through Oklahoma. Hey, the Wadi Al-Bashir Shah, I'm still alive. I'm able to still do the work. The Lord is visiting this place, man. It's one day closer to the kingdom, man. Remember, we going through hell, and we're going to catch more hell. But Ecclesiasticus 2 is really only for, those that can endure hardness like a good soldier, man. Because imagine you taking hell, and you have to take it cheerfully. And we talked about this at camp. I'm using it like in the gym. You be working out, and your muscles is sore, and you like, damn, this shit hurts. But you continue to do it in consistency and diligence, because you could see what your body's going to look like and the results going to come later on down in life. You see what I'm saying? So we take all the hell we catching cheerfully because we see the kingdom. This is why Yahweh said the kingdom of heaven is in you. We already feel it. We already see it. We know what's going to be like, at least to a certain degree, because you can't even fathom, you feel me, the greatness of the glory He's going to have for those that followed him, whithersoever, his sheep, whithersoever he speaketh, roughly paraphrasing that scripture. The sheep follow him whithersoever he goeth.
The whole beast system and this global takeover, the United States falling apart due to a civil war really fits very well with it. I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm certainly not making any predictions whatsoever. But I am saying that it does fit. And because I've said this for many years, that the only way for this globalist plan to happen, this new world order, is that America has to be destroyed.
You see that? So I'm a man. Hey, one of my beloved elders, man, Malcolm, head of the Chicago branch of Great Millstone, man. He likes to say all the time, the Bible and the Constitution is one of the two things standing in the way of these elites, man. The Constitution is a pseudo law that encompasses the ideologies of Babylon the Great. Freedom, basically, to do as thou wilt. Freedom to do this. Freedom to do that. And it's nothing but an illusion because there is no freedom here anyway, right? But the point is, America has to fall, right? And we know it's going to fall by the missiles, but societally, a superpower-wise, so to speak, in order to have full governance over the whole world. That's what the elite want. So America got to go down. The world reserve currency has to go down. Okay, this is why gradualism through the morals of this place have been, going down. This is why he said the alphabet community versus so-called Christianity and all of this and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
At least brought to her knees. As long as America is strong and independent and on her feet and at the top of the food chain.
And notice he's referring to America as a woman, and I love that because he don't even realize he's talking about the mother of all abominations, the harlot, the one that thinketh that she is no widow, she's a virgin. You see what I'm saying? But she about to get popped by mad niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not to make it raunchy or whatever, but these missiles too, like Elon Musk, they just said the SpaceX kind of looked like a rod and all, because phallic worship, going Egypt, the what's the name, the obelisks and all of that, you know what I mean? Just like a missile has a warhead, you have, so all of these, missiles is going to be from different nations, different kingdoms, different, men, so to speak, is going to be coming and popping this woman, man, that think that her roses don't stink, man, because she's a witch, and witches got to get burned according to the law, man. I suffer not a witch to live, man. All right?
This new world order is not going to happen. It can't. And so they
that's a half truth. It is going to happen, but the Lord is going to stop it. All right, when He's about to fill His belly, and in the fullness of His sufficiency, the Lord going to put in work. You think come on, the Lord going to put in work, man. See, so He don't got no faith. Oh, the new world order. Well, He's not an Israelite. What I think, according to the Spirit,
have to destroy America, and I believe that's why. It started before the Obamas, but it really got kicked off with the Obamas. Remember Michelle Obama before Barack got elected, talking about how they're going to have to change our history, change the conversation.
What y'all already changed history? What you think iconoclasm was? What you think the devil did when he was locked up for 1,000 years in the so-called the Dark Ages? When y'all was loose for a little season, you changed history, man. You crucified our Lord here and we're the spiritually Sodom and Egypt, which means you crossed the mount. We had to come through through divine intervention of Yahweh Shai. We had to get the correct history, secularly and biblically, of everything, man. Because you devils fuck shit up. Which is all beautiful at the end of the day. You know what I mean? The scriptures say that the Gentiles shall go to their fathers and say, we have inherited lies, man. Talking about us Israelites that were in a Gentile state of mind, waking up and like, damn, son, our parents taught us all this bullshit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? For those that, for the most part, most of us was in Christianity, man.
Change facts and all this kind of stuff. Well, that's what they've been doing. And they've been, pushing this Marxist atheist agenda for years now.
Oh, this is deep. I'm just now seeing it. Let me read these comments from the Zaquan. Delayed gratification, he said, is the act of resisting an impulse to take an immediately available reward in the hope of obtaining a more valued reward in the future. The ability to delay gratification is essential to self-regulation or self-control. You see that? That's super deep. You know what I mean? So this thing is all orchestrated, is controlled. Remember, he searched this out. The inward thoughts of him is deep, man. You know, the Lord gave him a left-handed wisdom and knowledge in order to create this thing, which is all, of the Most High anyway. And they're doing it through the left-handed counsel of the Most High to destroy themselves. Because in the top ones is going to go into slavery, man. You know what I mean? So, man,
and we're starting to see the true results from that. So I guess the question today is are you prepared for a civil war?
Okay, so now I ask y'all brothers that's watching. We got 20 people in here, and I'm talking to myself first and foremost. Are we prepared for a civil war? And when I say civil war, I'm really talking about the prophecies that's coming unto this place, man. I pray every day that the Lord don't take his spirit away from me, you know what I'm saying, by consistently watching Elder Apostle Ricard's videos, man. You see what I'm saying? That Psalm 51 prayer. You know what I mean? Because wisdom and knowledge is going to keep you stable in them times. Are you prepared? Like when you've seen the movie and there's pockets in America that is fucking Mad Max. You know what I mean? This is why you have to pray. First and foremost, study to show ourselves approved, man. Get in them scriptures. Go into the Hebrew and the Greek as we constantly teach over here. All right? Honor the brotherhood. Be a brother. Give alms. Pay your tithes. Things of that nature, man. All right? And ask for grace and mercy from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Because it's coming. It's a rhetorical question. He's trying to give a gray area. We telling you what it is. We talking with authority because our Lord talked with authority, man. We telling you we got the 100% truth. We telling you what's to come. The MOTB is the RFID C hit, man. America will be fully destroyed and never inhabited again by missiles, man. Thermonuclear, multiple equipped warhead, intercontinental ballistic missiles, hypersonic speed. All right? A great deliverance of the elect through what the world calls UFOs, the chariots of Yasha Allah. All right?
Are you ready for that? Do you live in the right places? Because it's not going to be a civil war like the one from the 1800s.
See, you talking about do you live in the right place? I'm not going to get it, but in Ezekiel says the sword without and the famine within. It's in Ezekiel. So it don't matter where you at, whether you in the field or in the city. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it said. It said the sword in the field and famine in the city. All right? So you in the city, everything going to get cut off on some ancient wartime strategy, supply chain crisis, and the irrigation systems is not going to work. Niggas going to die crazy from famine, not being able to eat. And all these niggas with the guns that think that they're going to shoot their way out on some Wild Wild West shit out in the off-grid sites, they don't even remember. And I got this from the brother Yatazakak in the Sons of Yashala camp, Malcolm's youngest son, that's in the truth. The movie American Blackout, and in that movie that he sent to me, you see what I'm saying? They said that like they lived in this small town, and they was like, "Are you serious? When the light goes off, we got about 72 hours, and millions of hordes of people is going to be coming to the wilderness to try to get away from the cities. And you think that they're going to be coming with peace? They taking everything moving. Hey, the water. This is Ezekiel 7:15. The sword is without. The brother Nawak Yahweh would have got that too. The water. And the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So when we tell you, listen, you an Israelite curses. I don't care that flea doctrine. You can move to Ghana. You can go to New Zealand. I don't give a fuck where you at. You an Israelite. You wicked. The Lord gonna kill you in whatever way He fit because He's the King of terrors. But here in Babylon the Great, you want to be on that off-grid spirit demon that you got on you. Oh yeah, you know how these niggas is moving now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna give me a chicken coop. I'm gonna give me some cattle. Not and you're not going off doing it, but if that's your first priority, you bugged out. You see what I'm saying? You gonna the niggas, the sword is gonna be niggas be thinking, yeah, the sword is gonna be crazy in the city. Yeah, a lot of shooting going on. But out in the wild, wild west, it's gonna be litty. It's gonna be litty. We talking about guns you can buy for like 10 bands now, like the brother Ariel Camp said, the Robo Dog with the AK on it. Yo, it's gonna get real, bro. Yo, word two, suburbs or cities, Jake getting got. And if the Lord want to punch your clock, you clocking out, son. It's your time to go home. Word up, son. Oh,
The war between the states, the war of northern aggression. It's not going to be a war like that. You're not going to see one large region fighting another large region. It's going to be pockets. For instance, my state of Missouri. While Missouri is the majority of Missouri is conservative, there are certain cities in the in Missouri that are very liberal, and so there's going to be conflict there. And in fact, there are people in my own area. I mean, this is a super ultra conservative area. I mean, House is still waving Trump flags and "Don't tread on me" Gadsden flags and all kinds of stuff around here. I mean, that's just commonplace. But there's liberals around here too. And so you're going to see conflict within communities, within regions. It's not going.
And that's another thing. You didn't really know who is who until you really talk to them. Now, people are manifesting physically what type of side they on. Like on some gangbanger shit. You remember back in the day, niggas would really wear New York City. Niggas rock the fucking the little. I started to find out it goes back to some witchcraft, voodoo, Yoruba, African type of spirituality, bum ass shit. But the red beads, remember the beads and all that? If they was Crip, they would rock the blue beads. If they was blood, they would rock the red beads. Niggas had the flag and they won in a certain type of pocket. I heard in Chicago, if you wore your hat one way or you wore it the other way, you know what I'm saying? Like they know what gang you in. So what I'm saying is that same type of gang banging demon is on these Edomites now. Remember the Lord said he's going to put all these curses upon your enemies. So literally, you got a truck, you got the "Don't Tread Me" flag flying with the snake and all that. You got the Trump shit. Niggas is putting on their car, "Fuck Joe Biden, let's go Brandon." They got yo these Edomites is going crazy. I just seen something on I don't know what was it, the DC drain some politician, man, and a New Yorker living in Florida or something keyed a nigga's truck because he had "Let's Go Brandon" or "Fuck Joe Biden" on the fucking truck, man. You see what I'm saying? So we at this point, bro. You see what I'm saying? See, the Lord is sifting between not only Jake but everybody, man. Who is who, and and this thing is going to get rampant. This is why in the movie he said, "Well, what kind of American are you, man?" You know what I mean? And if you ain't see the movie, he said, "Oh, you a Moabite? You a Chinese? You a Chinaman? Chinaman for dead." Boom. The nigga said, "Oh," I said, "Oh, he popped the Moabite with the fucking long gun, son." Yo, that was probably my favorite scene, so that shit is crazy.
It's going to look very much like guerrilla warfare. It's going to look like the civil wars that we've seen in countries in, say, Africa, the Middle East, and down in South America. Those that you've seen maybe and learned about in history in recent decades, that's going to be what it's going to look like. It's going to look similar to South Africa currently. It's going to look similar to...
Nah, this is a good precept because he said it's not going to be this and that. Well, the scriptures say otherwise. This is Isaiah 19:2. Oh, well, the Spirit wanted to bring it out again. I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city. So, and see, that's the point. So watch what he's about to say, man. Okay, just like how he said there's liberals in this city and maybe conservatives, you know, like here in Colorado, Denver is pretty much all liberal. But when you get into the mountains and everybody out, they all conservative. You see what I'm saying? So it's opposite ideologies.
Rhodesia back in the 70s and the 80s, that's what it's going to look like, I think. And that's the kind of stuff that we have to really be preparing for. And it's not just preparing with guns and bullets. I mean, that's a huge part of it. You certainly want to have that kind of stuff. But it's also about just being self-sufficient, being able to sustain yourself, grow your own food.
See, you can't sustain yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't save yourself. All right? You yo, you have to be of the elect. You know, it's plain and simple. You just have to be of the elect. You pray that you of that number, man. You know? And you just do what they do. Well, only those that are of that number is going to exhibit the qualities of being of that number. You see what I'm saying?
Make your own medicines. Know how to treat illnesses and injuries. Water.
It's crazy because, the apostle just made a video of what it said not too long ago. Somebody did. Oh, man, I'll be watching so many videos. But that spiritual power and healing, brothers, man. You see what I'm saying? So, it's going to be like a bittersweet in Jacob's trouble, man. A lot of shit is going to happen, good and bad.
Shelter, just making things out of nothing, and then doing that as a community, not as individuals. Because if you're just going to go off on as a lone wolf, I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to survive. It's just going to be a lot harder on you.
And this is why the scriptures say, gather all together, nation. What is that? Zephaniah 2:1, I think. All right. So, the elder out in Dallas, Mayaka Allah, I think his YouTube, Ban Waban. All right. You're supposed to link up with the GMS camps that's close to you, man. Let's just keep it a buck. You feel me? Some brothers is doing it by themselves. They might be in a situation where, whatever. But, at least let it be known. Show face. You see what I'm saying? Learn. That's why the Lord is a man of order, man. All things be done in decency and order. So that community is this body of Yahweh Shai, Hamashayak. That's the community that we are part of, man. You see what I'm saying? So if you offshoot, affiliate camp, you feel me? Linking with the brothers that is connected, you know what I'm saying, to the main source, so to speak. You feel me? Because you do give double honors into the elder apostle. You believe that the Lord set those men up, right? So.
And if you can find the right place to move to where there's good people that you can kind of pull together, build relationships with your neighbors, you're going to be a lot better off. And this is the kind of stuff we should start really planning for, because it's very possible. There could be major cyber attacks, grid attacks, supply chain, communications attacks. These kinds of things are all definitely on the table, and we should be preparing for them. You should be stocking up on stuff. If you're looking for a good quality emergency food,
get to the point, and so we can end it out, bro.
For that. But you should be producing your own stuff, and you should be working towards that. This may be, and I've said this now for quite a while.
Listen to this.
The last year that we have to do this. It could be the last year that is somewhat normal, that we look.
This could be so look, the apostles said it. How many times elder apostles are hard? He's like, I don't see. This could be the last year. And now you got Edomites talking about, this could be the last year, like normal. You come on. You can't make this shit up, man. You see what I'm saying? Back
in history, we see, 2024 was the year that things really started falling apart. If we could just go back to that year. Now, that may not be the case. I'm not making any predictions, and I don't want anyone to be terrified. I'm just saying that it is a strong possibility when you look at how things are all lining up. And I suggest strongly that you take things seriously and you get yourselves ready. So
through the spirit, because this is a spiritual commentary, you watching, and we got 26 people watching, bro, and I'm nothing. I'm just a vessel. I'm doing what the spirit resonates with me. You see what I'm saying? I'm new in this thing, so to speak. You know what I mean? But we should all, me included, be taking this thing. This is not for entertainment, man. Oh, oh, he funny, or he, I like his teaching style or whatever. This is about pleasing the Lord. This is about making it to the kingdom. You know what I mean? You feel me? So just like take this shit seriously, man. Take your notes, man. Like I have done, like other brothers have done to learn this thing. You see what I'm saying? Because we coming into time, the famine of the word is coming. You ain't gonna have videos all, this thing it's a wrap. This ain't it's not 2007. This is 2024, man. We at the credits damn near almost, man. You know?
That needs to be finding a different place to live. It may be the best option for a lot of you. Maybe you live in a horrible place to ride out this storm. Maybe it's just putting out more food. Maybe it's becoming more self-sufficient. Whatever it is, developing more.
Look, putting out more food. What's the food that the sheep want? These videos. So we supposed to be putting out more videos, man. You know? I prayed to the Lord constantly before, man. Hey, yo, give me an on-fire spirit. I do not want to be lukewarm, man. And take it not from me. On some like how Elisha, with a lot, you know what I'm saying? Give me double portion of your spirit, man. Because we want to please the Lord. This is why we want new bodies, man. Because in these bodies, niggas gonna go off, man. We want to be under the new covenant, where the law's already downloaded. This place gotta go, bro. I could go through a little testimony, but it's just we subject under payments. It's constant hell. Demons is fighting you, man. But he that endureth unto the end shall be saved, man. Whose endurance is gonna test the tales of time, man? The elect.
Skills, whatever the thing is that you need to be doing, you should be doing it, because it's getting into that time period. I think we're about 6 months away from an election that could be the last one we ever see. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order and to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching.
See, so the scriptures say to get your house in order in 2 Esdras 16. So I'm gonna leave it off on 2 Esdras 15. No, chapter 9. I'm gonna read a couple of verses and we're gonna close it out. 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. What is the measuring tool? The Bible, specifically the prophecies. All right. In itself. So when you living, all right, what prophecies came already, what prophecies need to come. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I've told thee before, where did he tell you? By the prophets in the Bible, or the prophets on the street corners. I said street. On the street corners, all right, that is telling you the prophecies in its true interpretation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the Bible, man. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand. Remember, the scriptures say wisdom is the principal thing. With all thy getting, get understanding. All right? But it says the wicked shall not understand, also in the scriptures. So if you don't understand, then it ain't for you. But those that are of his elect is going to understand that it is what? That it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right? Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, civil war, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, remember the scriptures say he has declared the end from the beginning, man. All right? So with that, man, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashama Mashiach Yahushua, Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Shema Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Ababa Bo, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom Laha Alahayim, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Barakatham. All right, to all y'all, man. All right. Yo, it's coming. Summertime is going to be a hot summer, and we ain't talking weather and it's shit. It might be that too. All right, on to the next one. You heard?